Good morning to all. I am S. Kalaivani, Assistant Professor of English, JJ College of Arts and Science, Pudukottai. Now we are going to see the title, The Industrial Revolution in the Social History of England. The synopsis are industrial development, invention in textile industry, iron and coal industry, transportation development, and result of industrial development. First, we are going to see the industrial development in England. During the second half of the 18th century and the first half of the 19th century, British industry underwent great changes. These changes were so remarkable. The word revolution has the connotation of suddenness and violence, but here the term revolution also implies fundamental changes. The Industrial Revolution started in Great Britain earlier than in other European countries. Before the Industrial Revolution, goods were produced in limited quantities by human hands in the house of the workers. But after the revolution, goods were produced in large quantities by machines in factories. Next, textile industry. In textile industry, the first mechanical invention to be made was the flying shuttle by John Kay in 1733. The mechanism enabled clothes of any width to be made by a single weaver and also doubled the pace at which the weaving could be done. And next one, in 1764, a carpenter named James Hargreaves made the spinning jenny, which speeded up the making of yarn. In 1769, a still better machine was invented by Richard Arkwright, a barber. Arkwright changed his machine to use with water power, and so it became known as the water frame. Its great advantage over the spinning jenny was that it produced stronger yarn. In 1779, Samuel Crompton combined the jenny and the water frame in his mule and added a contrivance to prevent the frequent breaking of the yarn which occurred when spinning with the jenny. The result was that yarn much finer and stronger would be produced. And the power loom made by Edmund Cartwright in 1785 helped to increase the speed of weaving. And next, iron and coal industries. By the middle of the 18th century, there was an increased use of iron. In 1779, the world's first iron bridge was made spanning the River Severn. The development of iron trade was closely associated with the coal industry because a new method of smelting iron with coal was devised. The great development in iron and coal industry took place in the early 19th century in places like South Wales, South Yorkshire and Tyneside region where coal and iron were found together either near the sea or with easy access to it by river or canal. And another invention connected with this trade were made by people like Newcomen and James Watt. In 1705, Newcomen made a steam engine to pump water out of coal mines. And later, in 1763, a young mathematical instrument maker named James Watt perfected this steam engine. Next, highway road. The revolution took place in means of transport also. Before the revolution, there was no effective highway authority. Naturally, enough the roads were in very bad condition. In 1750, hundreds of roads acts were passed and many turnpike trustees formed. Telford made many miles of good roads and many large towns were reached by coaches. In 1815, Macadam taught the art of road driving and perfected the surface of the road. By 1840, there were 22,000 miles of good turnpike road in England with nearly 8,000 toll gates. Next, navigation. The improvement of inland navigation was as important as the improvement of road in opening the way to industrial change. The first half of the 18th century had been a period of much activity in deepening the navigable rivers. The second half of the century saw the construction of new artificial waterways. The Duke of Bridgewater, who is known as the father of inland navigation, connected his collieries with Manchester by canal. The canal movement began in rapidly developing industrial region of South Yorkshire and West Midlands and soon spread over the whole country. Next, railway system. George Stephenson invented the first locomotive and the first railway line between Stockton and Darlington was opened in 1825. Next, Liverpool and Manchester were linked by railway in 1830 and London and Birmingham in 1838. The steam was also used for water transport. The first successful steamboat in Europe was Bell's Command, which began to run between Glasgow and Greenock in 1812. A service was established between Dublin and Holyhead in 1820. The first steamboat reached Liverpool from America in 1825 and two vessels steamed from the British Isles to New York in 1838. Since that time, there has been remarkable progress in all matters connected with ocean navigation. The result of industrial revolution. The industrial revolution had good as well as bad result. During the period of industrial revolution, the population of England increased to a very great extent. It is estimated that in 1710 the population of England was 5.5 million, but 1750 it increased to 6 millions. During the next 50 years, there was an increase of 50%. The census of 1801 revealed the population of 9 millions. This was again doubled by 1851 and doubled again by 1901. And the people clustered together in those smoky towns like Sheffield, Birmingham, and Manchester, where lack of poor sanitation caused many kind of diseases. The new methods led to greatly increased wealth that did not always lead to greater comfort of happiness. The old personal relations of the employer and employee, which in earlier days had kept master and worker on fairly friendly terms, now disappeared in many cases. This does not mean that industrial revolution was without good result. In the first place, England became the workshop of the world. The production of goods on the large scale paved the way for fall in prices. This led to increased demand for goods, and in the end there was employment for more people. Thank you.